Hello everyone, my name's Nick Cole. I'm the Islands Restoration Manager for Durrell Wildlife Conservation Trust, based in Mauritius. So I work to restore and rebuild the native communities on the offshore islands surrounding Mauritius, and also the outer islands such as St Brandon. St Brandon is quite a remote location in the Indian Ocean. It's about 400 kilometers northeast of Mauritius. There's about 55 islands. Some of them are sandbars, some of them are sort of more permanent islands. And it's so unique because of this relatively untouched marine environment. And this marine environment also supports the seabirds. So we have 9 breeding seabirds species in St Brandon, and probably more than 1 million individuals just in this small place in the Indian Ocean. And the importance of seabirds is that they supply this marine to terrestrial transfer of nutrients. So these islands are fed by seabirds through their feces, they're feeding their chicks, and then in turn, all of these nutrients that are dumped onto the islands then filter back into the marine environment. And research elsewhere has shown that with seabirds on islands, you lead to about a 50% increase in the biomass of fishes surrounding islands with seabirds. And also you see a 4-time increase in the growth of corals.
My name is Henk Bowman, and I'd like to talk to you about my experience that I've had with St Brandon. I've been there 4 times already, and I'm really in love with the place. It's a really unique and remote place. It's very far from everywhere else, and that remoteness makes it an adventure to go to. It makes it an adventure to conserve, because there's so many things that interact there.
Parts of this system is currently under threat because of invasive mammals, predominantly rats. And rats currently occupy about 20% of the land mass. They're found on about 9 of the islands. And it's really apparent when you go to St Brandon. You can see an island with a cloud of seabirds above it, and you know that this is a really rich, functional island. And then you come past an island and it's completely devoid of activity of seabirds. You get onto that island and very quickly you find rats running around on this island. So one of the purposes of sort of conservation action in this archipelago is to remove these threats and therefore increase seabird numbers, increase turtle nesting success, which has benefits for the whole ecosystem, including that really important marine environment. The future of St Brandon is heavily reliant upon collaboration. And this collaboration is having that expertise, not only for the terrestrial restoration of these islands, working on the seabirds, working on the plants, the invertebrates, but very much on the marine environment. And we're very lucky to be working with international experts that can bring in value to sort of the conservation of St Brandon.
The interaction between science and policy is there, and I've been involved with that interaction, that interface quite a lot. And I've seen the effect that it can have. I've seen the changes that it can make. We see the changes in terms of pollution, for instance, chemical pollution that I'm very involved with. We can see the levels going down because of this interaction, because of the collaboration and cooperation with international government organizations, with non-government organizations, even with industry, and governments itself, and bilateral and directly the governments itself as well. Then also, of course, taking into account the people, the populations. We cannot just do it from a top-down. We have to look at it from a bottom-up perspective as well, from a community engagement perspective.
when you arrive in this archipelago, it's like stepping back in time. And it gives us a vision and an understanding of what many island systems around the world used to be like. And it's hoped through restoring something like St. Brandon acts as a bit of a model for other locations. And it's really important to have these locations that are teeming with life, marine life, terrestrial life, as sort of sources for other locations within the Indian Ocean and then further afield. Of course, seabirds can travel very fast distances around the world, and having something like St. Brandon allows other islands to be populated. So I feel places like St. Brandon are very unique and need to be protected and needs the support to be able to allow for that sustainability going forward.
Once you've been there, you'll never forget it. You can take photographs and that will never convey how beautiful it actually is. The blue that there is, the whiteness of the sands, a reflection, the sounds that you get, the waves that are lapping, the birds that are flying around you. It needs protection, and the protection that you as the Corporate Council in Africa can help to achieve this. And together I think we can make a big difference in saving a very, very special place.